mics and shit.
Yeah,
We back, baby.
episode motherfucking Michael Jordan.
Hey. Episode motherfucking 2, 3.
Go.
Yeah, man. It's been a long week. You know what I'm saying? What y'all boys been up to, man? Cooling?
Shit,
Coolin', man.
Trying to get this Thanksgiving weight off.
For real, I definitely probably gained like 5 pounds. I was working out this morning, like shit. Gotta get this up on me.
Your boys had a traditional Thanksgiving?
Hell no.
Mine was kind of regular. You know what I'm saying? We didn't, you know, it ain't like the old days. You know what I'm saying? We just went to Johnson people's house and we ran by Courtney's house.
It was real social distance everywhere out, man.
Same, about the same.
Yeah, you know, shouts out Fast and Cat merch.
Yes.
Wasn't
Get
really
your shirts, get your hoodies, get your masks, get your cups, whatever you need. Hit us up, man.
Yeah, I stopped out the homie, stopped by the cameraman house. Said what's up to the fam.
The mac and cheese was hidden.
I didn't get a plate, man. I was full.
I'm talking about everybody mac and cheese. I know he was talking strong about mac and cheese.
And that's why shit, probably my first Thanksgiving, I didn't have no mac and cheese.
Nigga, what?
So you ain't had Thanksgiving?
I had Korean barbecue for Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, you did say, 'cause you said your whole family was out of town, huh?
Yeah, me and my fiance.
Fiance.
Hey man.
But, you know,
Own tradition, man. It's not your
own
shit.
traditions, man.
Yeah.
But
Shit, yo, he's
Shouts out to
cool.
COVID.
Tia Tasia came through. Shout out Tia Tasia, Chi Chi. We try to get y'all on the podcast, man. Get y'all work schedule together, man.
save some questions for y'all, man.
For real, man. We about to let the motherfucker fly in a minute. But one of the biggest things from this weekend was that Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, Triller. Was that the biggest, or was Nate Robinson ass the biggest?
Nate Robinson stole that. Highlight story.
Hey man.
He was the talk of the guy.
So for those who were under a fucking rock, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. fought to, you know what I'm saying, they old man battle. But they had undercards, of course, you know what I'm saying. So the undercard consisted of like professional boxers, and then they had Jake Paul, who is a YouTuber, a famous YouTuber, one of the biggest YouTubers out. He has a brother named Logan Paul. He also boxes. But he's lost twice, so I'm automatically looking at Jake Paul.
I thought that was too.
Yeah, I
thought that was Logan Paul.
So Jake Paul, you know, he fought Nate Robinson. You know, it started off Nate Robinson called him out, I guess.
Nate Robinson, the short basketball player,
slam dunk competition champion. He's a dual sport athlete. He played collegiate football, collegiate basketball.
Super duper athlete because he's what 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", times, and he was in the NBA for probably over a decade.
Yeah, like he's definitely
slam dunk competition winner. One of the shortest of all time. That kind of athlete he is.
And real feisty too.
Yeah, hella feisty.
Hella feisty. So I'm thinking, I ain't gonna lie, like I should have did my research. I'm like, yo, nigga, you doing this shit for the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Did we get previews on here? I know we did the Mike Tyson.
No, I don't think we talked about it.
I didn't even know they was fighting.
Yeah, no, I don't think we talked about it.
Go ahead.
But you know, they ended up fighting, and like Uncle Snoop said, you can play basketball, you can play football, you can't play boxing. You feel me? So this nigga Nate, he didn't look as prepared, which he shouldn't have looked prepared, because this happened in September or August when he called him out, and you basically teaching a nigga from day one to fight, and allegedly Jake Paul, he been boxing.
Well, he was 2-0 before that?
He was 1-0, but like all the surfaces on YouTube of like his other fight, like sparring and all that, he was knocking.
Training.
Yeah, he was knocking niggas out, even though they look down the regular. But
boxing.
Yeah, he's boxing. He takes it serious. I think he really wants to be a professional boxer.
There's a difference between fighting and boxing. Because personally, I think if they were in a street fight, Nate Robinson would win.
Yeah, he could have fucked him up.
He would have grabbed him.
He would have.
You think he wanted to scoop him up?
He would have scooped him up. He
wanted to fight like a football player. They like wrestle.
I mean, he 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah.
That's what niggas do at that height. Yeah. Now you fight a big nigga, he got all this open.
All that training went out the window. No muscle memory, no fast twitch muscle, nothing. And he literally, Jake Paul landed 8 punches and knocked his ass down 3 times. Really, the second one was kind of like a fall, but Either way, that's I don't know if they count as a
knockdown. And he knocked him out cold.
The third one, he knocked his ass out.
Like he was Manny Pacquiao sleeping.
I knew when that happened. When I told you, I said, bro, they gonna mean this nigga tonight. They knocked the sonic rings out that nigga, boy.
How was it? Either Floyd's uncle or dad said both people don't know shit about boxing.
Boy, listen.
He said the sonic rings out this nigga.
They knocked the sonic rings off.
I had to put my boy symbol on there.
Nah, they got the symbol. Get up, Dad.
He was out. Like out.
Like a light. I thought he would hurt because it was like 3 minutes of him just laying on the fucking ground. So then I was like, okay, bro, we got some prayer for this nigga. And you know it's bad when he still can't get up. And they brought the chair over to him. They brought the stool over to him.
They hit him with the rock salt.
Yeah. He still was like a daisical. Like, bro was knocked the fuck out.
It was clean right.
You said what?
Clean right.
Oh yeah. He was fighting with his head, like putting his head out there, like.
He didn't come out.
His balance was just off.
That
nigga leaned forward like
equilibrium.
Yeah. I mean, nigga don't even know how to throw a proper punch, so it's like.
Hey, you better tell that nigga get you a UFC fight or some shit.
He called out Conor McGregor. He don't want no problems.
He took it.
Jake Paul. He don't want no
What's next?
problems. He don't want no problems.
Wait, you said wait, what happened?
He called out Conor McGregor.
I know he called out Floyd.
You don't want them problems.
But yeah, he's gonna die.
It's the same concept.
Do you know this nigga won't land one punch?
He's gonna.
Floyd might hit that nigga twice and just goddamn run around the ring on that nigga.
But Floyd would do him worse than he did Conor McGregor.
But I don't think Floyd need to do that.
No, hell no. No, Floyd not gonna do that.
Hey, Floyd about that money.
Don't fuck your legacy up with that. Like Conor McGregor, we already knew he was gonna do anything, but he's a professional fighter.
And they're the same weight.
Yeah.
They're the same weight. Like, it's just not.
Yeah, ain't nobody
don't win nothing from that. You respect it. It was no like the Conor. There was a couple people that made it seem like, well, this nigga's a professional fighter. He might, that's not worth it.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, I mean, what y'all thought about Mike Tyson and Roy Jones?
It was a nice safe fight.
I was
to the rules.
I was surprised, man. The opposite. I'm like if Mike Tyson was one, wasn't shocking me. I just thought Roy would be in better shape. Mike Tyson was in great shape.
He looked good.
He looked great. And like somebody told me, like Roy, he fought longer.
Well,
but Roy used athleticism.
Yeah.
A lot during his prime.
Well,
when he had it, as soon as he lost it. Mike is still the bigger fighter, and he's still always gonna have that left. He's still gonna have that power.
You know what it is though? I think also absorbing them punches, you could tell he was hurting him. Yeah, it's one thing. I don't even think he was necessarily out of shape. I just think he wasn't. You taking them kind of punches at that age, you can see when he said you want to do it again. He's like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to talk to my family about it.
Hey, family. Hey, y'all better say fuck.
I just thought Roy was gonna make him tired.
It was funny.
It didn't work out.
It was funny watching them fight because they so old, and I've been there before. Like when I was overweight, and you still think your body moving as fast as you could. Like them niggas, especially Roy, when he missed that punch and he did the little shit right there. I was like, this nigga really think he out there moving for real too. Like, nah, nigga.
Yeah, he was trying to make it insane. It was entertaining.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it's what you expect.
For their age.
Snoop Dogg was amazing too. He did the commentation. That nigga, when that nigga knocked out Nate Robinson, that nigga broke into some hymn. Wade in the water. And then he knocked out. He said, man, they look like two uncles fighting at the family reunion. He said, mama, they out there fighting again.
It was like Tyson kicking them ribs, put them ribs on the grill. Ribs up. Get out there, run. Get out there, run.
And it was clear that Tyson won, but they did a draw. I'm not even mad at the draw.
They couldn't do an official.
Because it's an exhibition.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Well, yeah, we know Tyson won. It was just going off points and all that. It would be. I mean, it wasn't the greatest fight, but now they talking about Roy Jones. I mean, not Roy Jones. Evander Holyfield want to fight.
Wow, and they gonna bite his ear off again.
Evander Holyfield fought for a long time too, but he getting his ass knocked out.
He didn't take
the way Tyson looking.
Tyson might knock that
Tyson might knock that
out. I know they got a no knockout rule. He gonna knock that nigga.
He might knock that nigga out.
Oh, they had a no knockout rule?
Yeah, it was supposed to be no knockout rule.
What a guess. I'm watching shit.
Nate should have had no knockout. shit.
Facts.
Damn.
Man, he knocked the deals out. Nigga hit me.
Yeah, that shit was some crazy ass shit. So, let me tell y'all about this little shit that just happened. Young Thug was on Expeditiously. This actually ain't about T.I., y'all. This ain't about T.I. But
on this platform, I blame him.
yeah, so but I felt like T.I. was on our side. You know what I'm saying? Like, just a quick rundown. Basically, he asked him about Andre 3000.
Yeah, so
He asked Young Thug about like why he never worked with Andre 3000 or whatever, and I'll just let y'all hear this conversation.
I can't rap you 200, 3,000 something. I ain't never paid attention to him. Never in my life. You crazy. You missing out. Right. You missing out. Y'all need to work together. That.
Pause. First of all, he said.
try to clean it up.
First of all, he said he's never. Young Thug just said that he's never heard. He's only knows 2 Andre 3000 songs.
Okay.
Listen, I can't tell a nigga what he know and what he don't. But it sounds like a little cap to me. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, what you think? Y'all think that's cap?
Cap.
All right, so let's continue. That was
I
the
mean, for
first
him to
one.
actually know all the 2 verses, it's possible.
Yeah, I think it's possible, but I think it's cap. So hold on.
Hey, look, that'd be crazy. We most definitely. Yo, motherfucking next move. Just like you went to work with Elton John, nigga. But Elton John was like, more like, Elton John, the difference from Elton John and Andre is Elton John, let's simplify it. Elton John like to kiss ass. Andre like he ass hit. Elton John like, hey, I love you. I remember with your first song, I remember Gucci first song. Let's go out, get out. Like, he just more of like a fan type of nigga to the point where it's like, I'm like, nigga, let's do music. He like, nigga, that. And Andre more like, yo, this is the secretary. Like, hey, tell me this door, nigga. Like that, though. Fuck wrong, don't get on the fucking phone, nigga. You know what he said? He told you stupid ass answer. You answered it. See, that's
Alright. So, in case y'all didn't hear that clearly, basically he said that, because Young Thug is a weird talking ass nigga. So basically translation, he just said that basically Elton John, he wants to work with you, he extends his hand out, you know, he said he likes to kiss ass, whereas to Andre 3000 want his ass kissed, basically for saying that he calls him, he can't get directly in contact with him. You know, he has to talk to his secretary and all that, and I guess it offends Young Thug because of that. What are your thoughts?
First, that clearly, to me, tells me that he was lying about hearing 2 of his songs. He
Facts.
just got a personal problem with him. So now you automatically don't know his catalog.
100%.
1. 2, I mean, that's his right. If you feel like he wants to work with people where they have a better rapport, and he thinks 3000 standoffish, that's his right to feel that way.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
I think it's sort of both of what you're saying. Like, I think there probably was an incident where it was like, oh, y'all should work together. He reached out, the shit just wasn't as smooth as an Elton John shit where he felt like a fan. But my thing too is like, where that nigga Thug from? Do you really think this nigga was sitting there listening to 3 Stacks?
Like, he's from basically.
I mean, he might have been listening.
Where Andre 3000 from, like right down the street.
I'm saying, but does this nigga look like the type of nigga that was his go-to?
He does look like.
I'm talking about the fit, everything his own, but in his head, he brought that. That was him.
That's not even really the big.
I kind of just don't see him saying like.
I don't think you have to be like he don't have to be top 10 as players.
Yeah.
Andre 3000 was that big of an artist.
He came up in the 90s and the 2000s.
You ain't heard Jackson?
Didn't heard that shit, right? You didn't heard it, bro.
I'm just saying, like, if he said he didn't, and he ain't heard it, I believe it.
I don't.
I mean, look,
You might have heard Outkast together, but like, you just trying to say.
Okay, so look, that's not even really the big issue for me. My big issue is this is a lot of problem with rappers is that I feel like a lot of rappers don't take their job professionally. Like they don't take what they do serious. Because for you to be mad at a nigga for doing business a professional way, to me that's kind of weird. Like you don't respect the way that this man do business. That's how I look at it. Like, so what he has a secretary, and it sounds to me like it's kind of hypocritical because you saying like Andre like his ass kissed. Well, it sounds like you want your ass kissed. It sounds like you like Elton John because he kissed your ass. That's basically what you said. So basically, how you getting mad at Andre for wanting his ass kissed when you like the fact that Elton John kissed your ass? You know what I'm saying? So to me, it kind of sounds hypocritical. It sounds like like you said, bitch is thug. He said, how dare I don't talk on no phone? Like, your ego is the thing that's in the way. You're upset that maybe somebody's ego is bigger than yours. Or, like, you know what I'm saying? Or that you might have to conduct with somebody who's bigger than you. Like, you feel like you're on that level to do business. Like, you know what I mean? So, for me, it just sounded hypocritical. As far as him not knowing Andre 3000 songs, I mean, whatever, man. I just can't, I don't, people say that, especially rappers, they lie. They say shit when they mad that they don't really mean. So like it kind of explains it up to me. Like I don't feel like he do, but I mean I can't tell the man what he done heard. So
I don't think it's hypocritical unless he would say like I wanted my ass kissed. He could just be like I do business with everybody the same way. Elton John, for example, could have been more of a fan, but that doesn't mean that if somebody wasn't a fan, they wouldn't have business with them. He just maybe like if you go just by that, yeah, I agree. But that could have just been an example.
So you don't think it's hypocritical if he says, basically he likes Elton John. He said he works with Elton John. It's one way to like, I like the way he worked. But he specifically said Elton John liked to kiss ass. That's why I worked with him.
I think the way
he said he want his ass kissed.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think if somebody said, yo, I was working with T.I. Oh, T.I. kissed my ass. You think that, you know?
I think I would take that kind of as disrespect.
He wouldn't say that. So what I'm saying is that's just one example. I don't think that everybody that Young Thug.
I think the words that Young Thug was using, that's why he took a second to pause because he didn't know how to put it. But you know, that's the first shit that came to his head. I really feel like he felt like more of like, yo, you a fan? I'm a fan. I want to work with you. Versus Andre 3000 is like, okay,
but that's why I feel like I say correct. See, the Thug is just under a rock because Andre 3000 has said numerous times about how much he loves Young Thug. Like he literally says that shit all the fucking time.
And that's probably why he probably reached out and then he felt like. But okay, I get the business part. I mean, I'm just saying that's probably.
Andre 3000 is like kind of like Thug. Like them niggas kind of, you don't really see them like on the internet all the time. Them niggas kind of move how they move. Like y'all are so similar. It's just that
that's the problem.
Young Thug, your issue is that he conducts his business a certain way.
But I'm just saying, like,
and that's where I feel like he has to grow up because you have to realize that not everybody conduct business like you.
But if two niggas are almost identically the same, they're gonna bump head.
They didn't even bump head.
No,
he just was mad at him.
So some shit don't go his way. Like, all right, fuck it. I'm done. I'm not trying no more.
I think that's more like that. Like you saying, he has to grow. He could just be like, fuck it, I'm good.
No, he definitely got it right. I'm not saying he has to work with him or anything. Yeah. I'm not saying he has to work with him or anything. Like he has his right to feel that way. Like if it's not organic to him, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like if the vibes ain't good, I just think that it's weird that the nigga basically did say that, like he said on numerous occasions how much he loved the nigga. So it's like, damn, that's something so minuscule to be upset about, knowing that the dude loves your music. I would be like, I can see if there's one thing, right? Like let's say he never said those things about Young Thug. And he don't know how Andre 3000 feels about him, but he's like, yo, I got a track, I want to get him on. And he reached out and he went through a whole bunch of bullshit. I can understand that, like feeling that way. I just feel like.
Let me ask you a question. Did you know that Andre 3000 was a fan of Thug?
I have heard it before.
I did.
He said that shit at Fight Dog funeral. But no, he said it on numerous occasions.
But my thing with that is, okay, yeah, you said all that, but when I reached out, I got different.
But what if
I have this expectation?
Okay, but but how do you know that he like? But the thing is, see, I'm just going. That's the thing. I'm only going off what Young Thug says. How do we know that was a direct line to Andre 3000? Like he called him and he talked to his secretary. All right, he gonna get back with you. Wait on the call, nigga.
I don't know.
And then listen, Thug, you got the right to conduct whatever you want to do, but I think it's weird. Like nigga, You couldn't at least wait to get in contact with him to fill him out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's more to the story that Thug's not necessarily saying. Like,
disrespect.
Maybe he's saying this is more of a runaround but the way that he said it didn't really sound like a runaround. It just sounded like, hey, his secretary answered the phone and bam. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. We'll see.
More to come.
Maybe they might, discuss some shit after this, and maybe we'll get one for the next Young Thug album or something like that. So, over this Thanksgiving break, internet was hot with a brunch party, a brunch place called True Kitchen in Dallas, Texas. Black-owned business, and we seen footage of an owner basically kind of telling everybody that there's no twerking in his establishment. He wants women. He wants the men to respect themselves, and he also wants the women to respect themselves. And I guess he had already approached one of the tables earlier and told them to stop. And basically, he said in layman terms, he's saying that he's trying to make it a more classy establishment. You can't be standing on his furniture twerking, right?
Mm-hmm.
He also, but then to surf it, like they put up, people start putting up meals and menus and shit. And first of all, this nigga had a live DJ.
Mm-hmm.
And the live DJ was playing Back That Ass Up. And they were serving Douce slushies out of used Douce bottles. And allegedly had a picture frame of Barack Obama holding a Douce slushie. So that was the debate. Do y'all think that he was right? Because the way that he spoke to them. Matter of fact, I think I got the sound bite of him addressing them. Okay, no, that's the video. Okay, so that's the video of the girl twerking. Hold on.
To me, or you look for the sound bite.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the debate at all. In theory, you can run the establishment however you want, but to me, it's like if you want a classy environment, you can't have Douce slushies and play Back That Ass Up with a live DJ, and don't expect people to be drinking off the Douce and they hear Back That Ass Up and don't twerk.
Yeah.
Like, you might not know what Back That Ass Up means.
I can't find it. Whatever.
Which is cool, but now you learn. You can't sit there and scream, hey, this is a classy environment. Don't be twerking.
Yeah.
My nigga, where was it classy? Like, he's just off the point of that. He has the right to run his establishment the way he wants. But expectations, like, you wrong, bro.
Conduct business how you want. You can conduct business. Again, that's a common thing. You can conduct business how you want. But you gotta read the room. If your customers are black, and in 2020 what brunch consists of, why would you have a live DJ and a live DJ playing songs that when you get drunk to, you know what the reaction is going to be.
You want to twerk to.
Whether it's right or it's wrong, you know the reaction.
I just don't see it.
My thing is, the only part where I see it with him is more so of the standing on the furniture.
No, that was disrespectful.
Now that right there, this isn't Sweet Lounge where it's like a lounge and they serve food. This is a restaurant first, and then we just have music. So that right there, he become a liability if somebody slip and fall off the furniture, and that's where the issue is. I don't really think the twerking was the issue. It was the fact that it was more so standing up on the furniture.
I'm gonna tell you where he was wrong though.
His choice of words was very
Not
wrong.
even that. You stop. You tell the DJ to cut the music. He cuts off Back That Ass Up. You address the whole area and give them a speech and basically tell them if you don't like it, you can get the fuck out. That's where you're wrong. What he should have did was either went to that table, that group, and had them removed, or he should have went to that girl and told her, hey, look, we won't be conducting business like this. If this is how you're going to continue to keep doing, then I'm going to have to ask you to leave. I don't want to do that, but this is how I conduct my business. For him to stop the music and give every customer
a lecture
and telling them how they should respect themselves, like, you can't do that in 2020, telling people how they should respect themselves and all that. Like, Brody, you really are out here selling you you got used Douce bottles with slushies in them. Like, do you know that's like damn near suicide to your business by doing that? You know what I mean?
Did y'all happen to hear him on 94.5?
What he said?
He's basically trying to defend himself, basically saying the same exact thing.
I see.
But the thing is, he's still like the young lady that's on there. I can't think of her name right now, but she's like, "Yo, twerking is in our heritage. That's just what we do." And he made up a point about the whole standing on the furniture, and I was with him, but then he still came back and talked about disrespecting yourself and all this and that. I'm like, bro, that's where you like stick to one side of it, because once you start to go the other way with it, now it's like you bringing a whole nother point into it, and now it's like, bro, it's like change your establishment up.
If that's the case,
you won't. They don't have that.
You need
There's
to
nothing wrong with the
older
music.
people. Then
there's nothing wrong with having the music. They said, hey, you want to dance, you want to stand up, that's fine. Just don't stand on my furniture and have a sign in the front. Hey, I'm not liable if you get hurt.
Don't play back that ass up. Play Frankie Beverly and Maze then. You know what I'm saying? We can electric slide in this motherfucker.
I can name y'all a lot of that shit would have never happened here.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like in Atlanta, they would have burned this shit down. He didn't. Like what? You
as small as BQE is, I done seen some motherfuckers stand up on them high top tables and goddamn twerk. But it is what it is.
I don't want folks standing on my furniture, but you just gotta read your own. Like, bro, what are you contributing to this? You know what I mean? So and stop serving Douce slushies out of a fucking Douce bottle. Like that's kind of nasty. Even if you do clean that motherfucker out, I don't know about that. But quick question, y'all. Megan Thee Stallion, she sold. Hold on, we got a late entry, a late guest entry. She was late to the party, y'all. We got Jody here in the building, y'all. Give it up for Jody.
Welcome to Facts and Cat. Welcome to Facts and Cat.
Welcome to Facts and Cat.
Everyone.
Yes, better late than never.
You want a drink? It's only right.
I bought my cup.
Alright.
Straight shot?
Yeah.
Alright, so we was just getting into this topic. Megan Thee Stallion. You know, her first week results came back. She sold 103,000, and I seen the internet. It was kind of split, and some people were saying for the hype, you know, she won all these awards. She was like Woman of the Year on a magazine. Like I think she had like a New York Times, something like that. They were saying that that's a flop, considering everything that she just won. And other people are saying, you know, 103,000 is good. So, do y'all think that's a flop or it's not?
Flop? No. But
it's underwhelming?
Underwhelming. She, with the expectations she had, with the kind of year she had, all the awards she was nominated for, I would think she would do a little bit better.
So what do you think? What do you think she should have? You would have projected?
Like anything over 250 would have been like.
You think she was gonna sell over 250?
I said anything over 250 would have been out to, like over expectations.
But what would you expect?
Like anything from 175 to 2.
Oh no, I didn't think she was selling that.
But then again, now in retrospect, she had Savage.
They changed the way that they doing it.
Yeah, they changed it. It's not like they count all the streams for Savage to your album sales. I don't know what they do, but they changed that. So.
But then she didn't really have another hit after that was hers. She had WAP, but I would feel like that was more Cardi.
It wasn't even on the album, was it?
Mm-mm.
But then she didn't really have another hit, another smash hit that kind of followed that momentum.
Okay,
so she kind of was. She had the story with Tory, but she didn't really have a hot song that came out of that.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Okay, I think that it's kind of spot on. Cause I gotta look at what you did on your last project, which came out, was that Sugar? That came out last year or the beginning of this year?
Yeah.
And that only sold 27,000. So for you to do 80 to 90 more, I feel like that's great. Like I feel like that's good. You know what I'm saying? And you're still a new artist. Like she's probably only still gonna get bigger. So for that to be your debut album to sell 103, I think that's good. If I was to project it, I would have said 125. So I feel like she's still hitting around that range. Like I'm pretty sure she's still gonna like with her label recoup the money that they put into the album. You see the fucking body,
That's all you need.
yeah, that shit is all on the fucking internet going
I
crazy.
need that shit on TikTok,
I hate
nigga.
that song.
I hate the song too, but the song is moving, bro. So
the challenge moving or the song, there's a difference.
the song is
They
moving.
need the
The song
song
was
to
debuted on #1 on Apple Music.
I will see what
So
they're doing.
I think this should have a good pace with her album. What do you think, Jody?
I love Meg. She the shit.
That's it.
She the shit.
You think she sold pretty good? You think
Yeah,
that's a
she
good?
did. I mean, because you gotta think about it. How did they even do that as far as? Because no one buys records anymore. So how did they even do that as far as the streaming? Because some people might just really mess with like 2 songs, but they streaming from her album. So does it count for just those songs
So
or for the album?
from my knowledge, 10,000 streams equals 1 album sold.
But
So
of
basically,
that song of a song or that
just
album,
collectively, like
Okay.
if you stream Body, let's say you stream Body 10,000 times,
right?
it's an album. So this is basically an album being sold. So just collectively, whenever it gets to 10,000, no matter how you listen to it, whenever it gets to 10,000, it's an album sold. So think about how many streams it takes, because nobody, like you said, nobody buying records. So that's a lot.
It's a lot.
streaming.
She should be happy. Again, I don't know how the music stream business
Yeah.
works much. I guess certain numbers, you just want to do bigger. You want to be as close to gold as possible.
Yeah. What you think, B?
Hey man, I think she did great for first league. I only had it going between 1 and 115, only because of her first numbers. I remember when them came out. I feel like she gained some fans. I feel like she lost some fans. So I feel like that right there was a part of it too.
Yeah, a lot of people probably that were fans of her and fans of Tory, it's kind of like they split sides. You know what I'm
So
saying?
that right there took away 50,000, I think, alone.
God damn.
I'm talking about when it comes to the stream.
I just think like anybody who was really ever okay. So Megan probably got. I don't think nobody has ever been like in the position where Meg is at. Has especially a woman rapper, besides maybe Nicki Minaj, when they dropped that debut, selling that much, like selling 250. I said except for Nicki Minaj.
Cardi B.
Yeah, Cardi B.
That's the metric.
But Cardi B, the thing is, yeah, you're right.
Sold over 2.
You're right, but I would say that Cardi B was bigger than Meg, right? If we look at where Megan is right now, in exchange for where Cardi B was at that time,
I say they were. The
I think
hottest
Cardi
girl
B
in the
was
game.
bigger.
They were the hottest girl in the game.
And like we said, and like we said, they changed the rules. So Meg had a #1 that could have been on there and think about them streams that would help. And what did Cardi B sell her first album?
I want to say over 150.
Yeah,
I want to say.
I think so.
That's just the metric I was looking comparing her to.
Yeah.
Cardi.
Yeah, I mean we'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So Larsa Pippen,
Daddy.
the biggest middle-aged whore in America. You know what I'm saying? She was spotted with NBA. They said NBA star, but NBA player Malik Beasley.
Just to answer. She
Not
did,
Michael Beasley.
She did 255,000.
Yeah.
So not Michael Beasley.
No, not Michael Beasley. That's not in the league. Malik Beasley. You know what I'm saying? The young, he's a Minnesota Timberwolves. He's like 23 years old. Good, you know, he's a role player.
How old is she?
She's 46.
46.
How old is Scottie Pippen?
He's probably in his 50s. He's in his
He
50s.
gotta be older. He's in it.
He's like,
If he's my
like
parent.
53, 54.
Oh, okay.
He's somewhere around there. So let me read y'all the reports. It says sources close to Beasley's wife, Montana Yao, tell TMC Sports that she was blindsided when she saw the pics of Minnesota Timberwolves star arm in arm with Pippen, Larsa Pippen, on November 23rd in the island in Miami. So basically, they got spotted in Miami. It was his birthday coming up. He was supposed to be coming home. He told his wife, I'm not going to be able to make it home or whatever for whatever reason. Probably saying like I'm getting ready for the league or whatever. He flew to Miami with Larsa Pippen. Holding hands, they got caught, they got spotted. But it don't end there.
But hold up, they separated.
Who is?
Oh, him and his wife?
Yeah, they separated.
I mean, you separate. Okay, hold that thought.
Okay.
So then, his other side bitch pops out.
Another one.
In the league?
She says that she's blindsided too. She thought they was together. She done met his son, been over his house.
You don't get no you don't. You can't have a blindsided. You a side bitch.
No.
But she didn't know she was a
Separated.
side bitch.
She didn't know he was a side bitch, but she know he got a wife.
Separated, I guess.
He know he.
That's facts, but I guess I guess he probably would have been. I'm assuming she probably would have been less surprised if he was with his wife. But being that he's with Larsa Pippen,
Oh hell nah.
like oh hell no,
I'm
she
supposed
probably
to
just
get
wants some clout. She probably wants some clout too. You know what I mean? So you know they was on her ass. That even resulted to Scottie Pippen Jr. You know he played in NCAA basketball. I don't know who he played for. I think Vanderbilt or something like that. He came out and put out a statement basically said, I'm not concerned about any of the actions of other people. I'm just focused on me. But what A-Rod said, that nigga's out here tweeting like a single mom. It's like, yo, they got Scotty Jr. out here tweeting like a single mom, yo.
He
So,
should have said anything.
nah, I think they probably all on that nigga head.
He should have said nothing.
He young though. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
he's a
all you
social
can
media
say is,
nigga.
alright, man, yeah, my mom's a whore.
Yeah.
I mean,
A kid in his feelings, they feelings hurt, man. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. I guess that's, if you're gonna say anything, that's the best thing. You should say what he said, cause.
Is that boy? So is Larsa Pippen? Explain to me what you said that they're on a separation.
Yeah, Beasley. Him and his
Beasley
wife
was
is on they're separate, legally separated because they're going through a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like they just separate. They're actually going through a divorce.
Well, her response
You really cheated on the side bit.
Yeah, he cheated on the side bitch. That was
Okay, see, that's what the internet's
A
don't
little
tell
bit more
you.
respectful.
No, I'm saying like this is like.
No, I'm saying the internet don't tell you. They'll make it seem like he was out here just really out here just.
Well, no, that's what his wife is. Because as long as she has that wife title,
Mhm.
she's gonna be like, I mean,
Well,
I
she
had no
He's still
idea.
alive.
It's still kind of weird because she said that he was supposed to be coming home for his
Maybe
birthday.
they would
I mean,
feelings with each other or
no,
something
they
like
got a
that.
kid together. They probably got a kid together. So he was like,
Could've
oh,
been
okay,
dealing with her.
we're the kid wants to do something for you, so we're gonna do it together.
It-
Y'all want to know the crazier thing?
You don't have to be.
That I seen today. I looked at a picture of his wife. She looks like Larsa Pippen.
Yeah, just the younger version.
Just the younger version. Like if you were to age her 20 years, her and Larsa Pippen look just alike.
I ain't trying to
That's crazy.
hate on Larsa, but I'm just like,
Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, first of all, you too old to be out. This is women. I was just preaching to some friends about this Thanksgiving night. This is why
I wasn't there.
you need
I just want to do a side.
you need to have a whole phase right there. This is why you need to have a whole phase.
Yep.
Because you're out here committing at a young age where you ain't never did nothing.
Well,
She out here with Scottie Pippen.
yes, Lord.
It didn't work out.
Nope.
Now your ass here at 46 trying to do shit you was supposed to be doing at Malik Beasley age at 23.
Preach to him, brother.
So now you look like a damn fool. You out here fucking with niggas that play pickup ball with your son. You ain't worried about your kid.
Hold up,
Pick up
23. That's older than her son, right?
Her son probably 20. Her son 20.
Sheesh.
Alright, they was in class together, bro. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Your son love Future.
These moms.
Your son love Future. Your son love Future. He can't even listen to Future no fucking more. You took that
Not
away
around
from
his
him.
friends.
Man, he can't listen to March Madness no more.
And no, the Memphis is his baby mama. His mama.
His mama. That's
his baby
madness.
Yeah. You got this boy on school answering questions.
Can't watch the Tampa Woods game.
Bro, think what.
Not that he'd want to.
You think when he walk in the locker room, he hear all that?
Hey, every time you walk in the locker room,
Shit, every time you're on the court.
dirty spray.
Yeah, think about
Hey,
that.
play that
When
shit
he on the
every
road.
time.
Yo,
When he on the road.
So's your mama, nigga. Shut up.
Think about when he gotta go on the road in a hospital environment. He at Penn State or some shit, Michigan State.
Nigga in Duke.
And a nigga got a picture of Future when you try to shoot free throws. Like,
for the streets.
Right, like she for the streets, like the streets pay a tab. You know what I'm saying? Like, God damn, Lasha Pittman, go sit down somewhere. Fuck these niggas and stop holding hands with them in public. Go somewhere.
She legit is fucking these niggas.
She love these hoes.
She love them.
So, I know how I feel about it, but I gotta play devil's advocate. At the age, there's a problem because she's dealing with her kids.
Yes.
People's. That's the only problem.
It's not the
her having her whole phase at 40-something years old.
Have your whole phase with people that's not the age of your child. That's
the biggest issue.
That's kind of
because that's like, to me, that makes me look at, if I'm your friend, like, so was you looking at your kids, like these 16, 17, 18 year olds coming over here, you was
he
looking
can
at
stay
them?
over the night. That's no
Yeah, you
problem.
was over there touching on them and stuff. You think about that because that's nasty, but because she's a woman, it's funny. But if she was a dude doing this, it wouldn't be that funny. It would be like, oh, she's a predator.
Nobody, that conversation, wow.
It's totally different.
It's a double standard. Because if he was a 46-year-old man.
Because right now,
niggas killed Tiger for being with Kylie Jenner.
Man, he waited until it was legal.
He plotted.
He did not wait. Let's be straight up.
I mean, okay. Is there something?
He was hitting that way before.
I don't think he was hitting.
Okay, they did it. Okay, they didn't actually show affection and do whatever until she was 18, correct?
I feel
so
like
let's say that.
She also ain't showing pregnancy for 9 months.
Is there something wrong? Is there something wrong with waiting for the pussy to be legal?
Nope.
Yeah. Yes. You plotting
It's
on their
disgusting. It's still, but see, it depends on the age.
Yes.
Because Tiger, ain't that his name? His name Tiger.
Yeah, Tiger.
He's very childlike. He's very childlike.
He was 26 at the time, 26,
and
27.
and the men, and I no offense to men, but 26 for some men is like 18, 18, 19. Now I'm not saying it's right, but that family approved of this. The mother.
But if he waited.
I mean, if he waited, legally that's cool. But
Well, that is the thing.
Nasty.
Well, that is the thing. That's like some old school shit. Like it seemed like the parents did approve of a shit.
And that's where it goes down.
So
to
that's where it's kind of like,
but they
what do you expect? You know what I mean?
Hey, as long as he waited till she was legal, that's all that matters.
It's one thing to wait if you're 21, 22. I get it, but you 26, 27, 16. Like y'all allegedly been together since 16. Yeah, bro, you got some issues, bro. You need to get that.
Rack City bit.
Right here in the ages, man. So in heavier news, Casanova and G Herbo were both indicted by the feds.
Why is it happier news?
I said in heavier.
Oh, I think it's
heavier news.
Oh yeah.
G Herbo and Casanova got locked up. So G Herbo, his shit sound a little bit petty.
G Herbo is the rapper from Chicago.
Chicago.
You don't really rap no more, do we?
He's that little boy that's with that little girl.
He used to be.
He was fabulous. He was fabulous.
Step.
And y'all
Stepdaughter.
get
That's his stepdaughter.
That's his
That
stepdaughter.
ain't his stepdaughter. That's the woman he been beating on's daughter. Go ahead.
So his stepdaughter.
I thought it was his daughter though. Oh.
So his stepdaughter.
Allegedly.
I don't know if he raised her, but that's his stepdaughter technically.
Cause she be referring to him as dad.
Well then yeah, I guess so. Shit. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't be watching Housewives of New York and shit like that.
Ari used to be G Herbo baby mama.
Correct. It's still
Now G
And now
Herbo
she not swinging ass with her.
That's Ari baby daddy.
Yes.
Alright, baby.
Alright, baby.
Baby daddy. Like.
So Alright, baby daddy got indicted last year.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Y'all niggas
And allegedly he was in Massachusetts with some niggas.
First of all, why the fuck was he in Massachusetts?
And he was
don't wait for the Celtics.
running it up. They went to a Jamaican villa, running it up with the fraud. They bought designer puppies, y'all. Designer
Designer
puppies.
You know how much money you can make on design?
That's what it say, designer puppies.
Running it
Private
up.
jets, Jamaican villa. He was charged. Alright.
Wait, who's charged for
Designer
They said,
puppies.
this was over the course of time, though.
4 years that they was running it up, allegedly.
Okay.
It sounds to me, just from reading it, that just niggas he with. Like, say if like niggas is booking the plane, booking the jet, alright, I'm going with y'all, type shit, you know what I'm saying? That's what it sound like. It sound like You know, once you're associated, and if they can prove that you knew what was going on, you get hit with a conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? So he got hit with that. Casanova got indicted. His shit is a little bit more serious. He's facing life in jail. He turned himself in today.
Oh, he did? I thought he was gonna keep running.
No, and then okay, so look, before we get to the charges, here's what he said. Hold on.
As you already know, I'm fighting serious charges right now. But I'm innocent. That's one. Two, I've been fighting my whole life, so I'll get through this. Just understand how they can get you jammed up. You don't know nobody, you ain't got nothing to do with nothing, they still get you jammed up. Rappers, we are a target. Just be careful out there. Watch who you associate with. Watch who people bring you around. I'll see y'all soon, God willing.
All right. So.
You really believe that God will for
All right. So
charges he got.
let me read a little bit. It says. Casanova is now in federal custody following his indictment in a gang-related racketeering conspiracy case. According to the docs, Casanova and 17 others are part of the untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation gang that committed murder, shootings, robberies, and assaults against their rivals. It happened in the suburbs as well and the city. Let me see if I can find where it said his charges. They ain't say his charges. His charges is like a concealed weapon, just a whole bunch of conspiracy charges. Some people got murder. I don't think he got murder, but he's still facing life in prison because only one person is facing not facing life. They got like 20 years. They're facing. Jesus. So if you know Casanova, he's always affiliated himself with Bloods. You know, he's always been he's got that New York macho activity.
He was 6ix9ine snitched on him.
Listen, we gonna get to 6ix9ine in a second. Right after this, I
I'm
got a no.
I'm just saying that's
like about him.
He's been involved in
Nah, you right.
Fed shit before. But
We went a long time without bringing up that nigga name.
Yeah. Hey man.
Nah, I was like that.
I think that the problem is, like he said, these rappers gotta realize who they associate themselves with. Like, I know it might be hard, but you gotta not associate around certain people when you get in that game, man. Cause I get it. They might get you there, or they might, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Or not even necessarily get you there, but that respect you have coming back to that block.
Put it like this:
you still need to be around certain people.
If you know that your niggas are out here wilding, it's certain people you don't need to be around. You don't need to be on video with. You don't need to be taking pictures with. You don't need to be. You know what I mean?
I agree with you 100%.
Like,
I say
like
don't
that.
be there. And from the beginning, just pretend you're from there and rap about it. That's my solution.
Pretend you're from there.
Pretend you're from there. Lie. Cause you better do that.
But
6ix9ine.
No, 6ix9ine was from
6ix9ine from the hood, but he not from the hood. He wasn't from the hood that the niggas is with.
But he was. I'm talking about like. No, 6ix9ine wasn't lying. He was a part of that gang at that point. He wasn't about the life, but he was.
Yeah, he was. No, I think it was a clear cut case for 6ix9ine. I mean, obviously it must be a clear cut case for
What
him.
I'm saying for him is just like it's the challenge because I don't think you can do. You can't have one foot in, one foot out.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
that's what I'm saying. Once you get in the game, bro, you gotta remove yourself.
And that might cause problems too.
Who you rather have problems with, the niggas in the street or the feds?
Feds 98%. Niggas in the street.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So I see why people
Move to LA, bro.
people feel like this.
Move to
call me
LA.
Hollywood.
Leave New York, move to LA, like Chief Keef did.
That's a smart.
keep it fucking
that's a
moving.
smart ass nigga, right?
So what I was about to say about 6ix9ine is that nigga got like some kind of curse, bro. Everybody that beef with him die or in jail. If you think about it, FBG Duck, he beefed with FBG Duck, got killed. He beefed with King Von, got killed. He beefed with Casanova, in jail. He beefed with Nipsey Hussle. Unfortunately, he's gone. G Herbo, he's in jail.
Chief Keef.
Pop Smoke,
Almost got killed in New York.
Pop Smoke.
Pop Smoke
Yeah.
beefing with.
Yeah, he got the song. He did Rainbow Head Niggas. Hey man, listen, y'all might leave that man alone.
YG might be the only one unscathed.
Lil Durk. But I mean, he gotta take the
Well,
loss
Dirk
of
was
his
in
own.
jail. Yeah.
Yeah, we're knocking on wood. Knocking on wood. I just think that's kind of crazy.
Something.
That's how my nigga YG.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get to the verses, the potential verses that have been rumored to happen. I seen something where, let me look at the link. I think it was saying like Diddy is down to do a versus with Dr. Dre.
Shit.
So I wonder how that's gonna work. Anything Diddy's a part of?
Pretty much.
I guess.
His name's on a lot of shit.
I would assume that it's
he
your
might.
own music and just maybe your artist. Being because they both can do that. Or maybe it's if we doing songs that you're on with your artist. I don't know.
I'm thinking.
Or you can do half and half. Do half and half. Have your own music and then have your artist.
But did he make beats though?
Just anything.
He was an executive producer.
Well, what they say is that's a tricky thing. That's a tricky thing.
My beat.
Well, see, that's a tricky thing they say about Diddy. They said Diddy produces, but he doesn't touch the
And I
necessarily
don't
touch the
think Diddy
buttons.
should go up against Dre because Dre is talented.
I still think Diddy loses.
As far as Dre had records that he's an artist. I mean, Diddy is an entertainer.
Yeah.
But like in Diddy's defense, he might not have created. He might not have like physically made it. But if him being there saying, "Nah, I don't like that."
Yeah.
Yeah. That's production.
That's still production.
Yeah. So
I'm there involved in the process of making it. I'm executive producing it. Okay, no, don't bring him in. Fire him. I know another nigga, Scott Storch. Bring him in.
Yeah.
I want you to do what you made that song. You did Mariah. All right, I gotta know what you want. That's executive producing.
Yeah. I think that Dre. I think Dre got it as far as music wise because he's giving you somebody damn near every decade. Like he came in with NWA. Like he gave you Ice Cubes, the Eazy-E's. Then he gave you
I just heard that
Snoop.
song today.
Ice Cubes, the Eazy-E's. Dr. Dre's, the
Exactly.
Snoop,
That's
the
so
OG.
true.
Yeah. So he gave you Snoop, right? So he gave you Snoop, right?
Yeah.
Then he get next decade, he gave you Eminem. Next decade, Kendrick Lamar. Like it's like
Let me tell you where he messed up.
he executive produced it.
Only
So
thing-
you can't say you can't say
Executive producer. Don't really mean that much.
You can't get killed in that city, man.
But you know where the difference is gonna be.
I thought he just did that.
Only thing Diddy can pull out that's gonna be like when he pull a Mary hits out.
That's the only thing?
No, that's not even.
No, I'm
that's
saying
not enough at all.
like he has a hit for hit.
What are you talking about?
But then when it
Stylistically?
comes, yeah.
I don't think that'll work because if you
So y'all don't got the
because if we
female
were just
bag.
it don't matter because if we were
Did
just
he do Michelin?
yeah he did do
Because
he did her and he
Yeah,
did her.
alright.
Yeah.
You're right.
And he beat her ass.
Allegedly.
Still can't
But
talk.
even if we talking about that, you can't say that. I'm gonna tell you why you can't say that. Because the same way that we was talking about,
I didn't say that.
T.I. versus Jeezy, well, T.I. does these certain type of singles, it's not gonna work. It's just who's establishing what we're playing more. You know what I mean?
I was asking.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. Like he could bring out Mary, but if you play Mary and then you play Forgot About Dre, or some
I ain't
shit,
worried about it.
ain't nobody trying to hear
That's
that.
what I think he's trying to say.
Yeah, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. You know?
I'm just saying that if they go by, oh, what's the bigger hit? Oh, I got Drake winning.
The only way
That's not. I'm just
Diddy,
asking.
but you know Diddy's going to be a better performer.
I think they got enough music where
He's gonna perform it better.
it's gonna depend on what they play.
Yeah.
Singles are gonna depend on what they play. Dre should be the favorite, but it's gonna depend on what they play.
Yeah, he should come in with the home court advantage, like a 3-point advantage, like some football shit, because he's at home, you know what I'm saying? So,
Their catalogs are both good enough where
they definitely got 20 songs. They need to make that shit like 30, 25. If they started on time, make it 30.
like I said.
They're not gonna start.
Keep it 20.
And Keisha Cole came
Do
out.
that undercard, man.
Keisha Cole came out and said she got a versus, but she didn't.
Oh, she having on Diddy shit?
Keisha Cole came out. Keisha Cole came out.
You once.
I told you twice.
That's my shit. Sorry.
I can see.
Why
Keisha
y'all
Cole-
be so slow?
Keisha Cole came out and said she was doing a versus, but she didn't say who it was.
Shanti.
Oh.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's it.
'Cause
I
they
think
both-
that too. Those two would be because both of those. I think both of those artists are. People don't give them any praise, especially Ashanti. They be hating on her.
I think both of them. That's exactly what you said. They're underrated.
They very.
I feel like Keisha Cole get more hate than
I got Keisha Cole winning that until Ashanti pull out her Christmas album bag and then she go win.
This thing
Really special was tying your fucking sister room with this shit. What was that?
This taking out all the special effects.
This nigga about to bring out the Destiny's Child. I feel like Christmas.
Is December if they do that shit?
Mariah Carey, Christmas.
First of all, I don't want to hear no Christmas song unless it's Mariah Carey.
Hey, I'm talking shit.
That shit charts every year.
Yes.
I do not want to hear nothing else.
I really think Keisha Cole.
I want for Christmas.
Alright, so let's wrap this up. So, LiAngelo Ball, y'all.
Shit.
He got signed by the Pistons.
Another one.
So now officially all the Ball brothers are in the league. That makes three different families with three brothers in the league. That's the Holidays and the Antetokounmpos.
What?
What were the white boys? The Berries. Oh, we're talking about
I'm
current.
talking about current.
And then there was the other one.
You just named
But they're the first with 2 lottery picks. 2 lottery picks.
Drew Holiday. I swear there's another group of white boy brothers that's tall.
I know the Bear. I know like Brett Berry, but I think
No,
there's
I'm
only
talking
2
about currently,
brothers.
like, not Todd Hansborough. One of them.
I think it's only 3. I mean, you got the Currys, like they got 2, like, but I don't think that's only. It's 3 groups of 3. But yeah, man, just shout out to LeVar Ball.
I was about to say it.
Shout out to LeVar Ball, man.
Hey, they had so much shit to say, but he got all 3 of them niggas.
Facts
in
of
the NBA.
cat. If we never heard of LeVar Ball, the first time you heard of the oldest son Lonzo was just UCLA. You always seen what's the last one? Young Melo was when he was shooting half-court shots. Are all 3 of his sons in the NBA right
I
now?
think 2 of them are. I don't think that Jello is. Like, and Jello might have had to get it out the mud, but because of the spectacle he made for his brothers, it kind of. I think it kind of got the connections. I think it got him in there.
I don't think Lonzo Ball is the 2nd overall pick if it wasn't for his
I think he is because I watched him.
I watched him
in
But
UCLA. And that
part
nigga
of-
was nasty.
Part of that hype was the whole package, the family, and then.
But no. But he didn't. His dad didn't come until after the season ended. He was already considered. His dad wasn't like a big thing until.
I remember watching it. 'Cause I heard the first time I seen him about it was the little brother was Melo shooting half-court shots at school, and I was like, "Who's okay?" And then it's like, "Oh, his older brother just got signed to UCLA."
No. See,
then-
no.
That's me. I'm telling you.
That was because his freshman year, what's his name? LaMelo's freshman year was Lonzo's senior year, right?
Okay.
He was already a top ranked in the nation, right?
Okay.
He went to UCLA, and he was already balling at UCLA, and he was already considered a lottery pick coming out of UCLA without his dad's help. When once he declared for the draft, that's when he started getting on all those shows talking crazy, and then he would be like, "Yeah, my son is this. My son is my the youngest one is this. The youngest one is that."
Well, either way, I still think it helped him get the number 2.
Yeah,
I think
maybe.
me personally.
I think it saved him from getting number 1 because he was going to get picked up number 1. Remember, he didn't go to the practice. He said he didn't want his son to go number 1. He wanted him to play in LA.
He wanted Ben Simmons. That's Ben Simmons' draft, right? No, not Ben
No.
Simmons. Who got picked up number 1 that year? Oh, Marco Fultz.
Yeah, Sixers. He said he didn't want him to play in Philly. Remember? He said it's too cold. I don't want my son there. He helped him get the number 2. He was possibly a number 1 pick. It was Markel Fultz, him, and
I don't think he would have been top 3 without LeVar, personally. I remember how he was balling UCLA.
we'll see. But
Hey, well, LeVar did his thing, man.
yeah,
That's what you
either way,
Either
shout out
way,
to LeVar.
shouts out to getting 3 sons in the NBA
Yeah.
for raising 3 sons.
All right, man. It's time for that. Say what? What's the scenario?
Hey,
It's holiday season.
Holiday season.
Your wife wants a Gucci purse.
nah, it's just my fault.
You got a cousin that's still, his name's Sticky. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Yo, I got that same purse your wife wanted. You know, it's a knockoff, but it look real. You know what I'm saying? I even got the Gucci bag and everything you can put it in. You know what I'm saying? It looked just like the original when you take a look at it. Do you get it and save the money, or do you go ahead and copy your wife the real thing?
Who's going first?
Hey, man.
Let's say let's switch it around and say your husband wants some Gucci shoes and Sticky got them shoes, the knockoff ones. They look real.
I'm
They
gonna
look
change the
legit.
answer. You can answer it both correctly, would you?
I wouldn't want the shoes anyway. Either way, I won't spend that much on shoes, on Gucci shoes.
But you won't have to. They knock off.
Stick figure gun for 50.
Nah, I will.
Let's say that you can afford it though.
Okay,
Like,
if I
I'm
can
saying
afford it-
obviously this is from a
If
perspective.
I got
that
the
you can afford
money
it.
like that, if he got the money like that, no, I want the real. I don't want the knockoff.
Well, I don't want to say necessarily you can afford it. I want to say it's like it's a stretch, but you can get it.
If I can't afford it, I don't want it. I don't want no knockoff neither. I either want the real shit or I don't want it at all.
Okay.
Go ahead, B.
Cause if he giving me fake shit, he a fake ass nigga, and I don't need his ass nigga.
Jesus Christ.
And it begins.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, you can't be like, oh, he just did a bag. He got me a fake ass. Nigga.
He got me a fake ass bag.
What you think, Kazadi?
Like, how much should we talk? That's what.
Let's say that the bag is $1,500.
Okay, and how much is a knockoff?
$300.
Nah, I need
You look
Sticky.
legit.
I need Sticky.
You look at
I need Sticky to give me a deal.
That is a deal, nigga.
I'm not paying $300 for the fake.
So you gonna pay?
I need. Shit, nah, man. I'm just saying, like that's the difference. I get that's more realistic, but I'm gonna need Sticky to damn near steal me a fake bag. I need to like not come off that shit. I might be changing the scenario a little bit, but
Listen.
if it comes down to 300, my fiance won't want a fake. I know that personally.
Sticky.
But if Sticky be like, yo, but this shit dropped the truck. Gotta do shit.
That's something totally
Shoot me
different.
$50
That's something
for like
totally
gas and
different.
some stuff. Something vegan.
Sticky.
I'll be like, back, give me that price.
Sticky.
And if she don't like it, it don't cost me nothing. But I'm not finna invest anything significant.
Sticky. I'm gonna give you a 7 and 200.
That cost me. I gave budget on $300. $1,500.
Sticky, this some Zaza.
I'm Sticky. I need 300.
Sticky, this is straight out of Cali.
I need 300.
Listen, Sticky, you alright with me. I'm getting that fade.
You buying it?
Yup. I'm buying it.
Thank
And
you.
I see
Your girl know that?
no. And I seen
You're
on
not gonna let her know. Told you.
I seen on Amazon TV.
So you
order,
gonna
you can
ask-
order Gucci like packaging bag. It look like it came straight out the mall.
I saw that before you got to ask you. So you're not gonna let your girl know. Sticky hold you down. You give it to her.
Shout out to Sticky.
A week later, she got like a bougie friend that know when shit fake or not, and the bougie friend be like, something wrong with your Gucci purse. And then she finds out that it's fake and
Fuck that
confronts you.
bitch.
You go,
I'll knock her ass off. That's what I'm gonna do.
the fuck, nigga?
No, knock her off, bitch.
You going to
Mind your
jail.
fucking business. Mind your fucking business.
wrong for shooting.
Jesus.
That's why you stay out of married people business. You stay out of married people business. That's the difference.
You had a black eye. Stay out my business.
But nah, listen. First of all,
Yeah,
if
my
I know that her fucking
you don't.
girlfriend is
You
like
don't.
clueless, off of Clueless or some shit, like she just stay with the
Nah, you have
design.
no idea. Your girl.
I mean, if I'm married and my girl is hanging out with another, I know who that woman is.
forget it. I'm using.
Listen, I'm gonna take my chances, and you know what?
And then
If
you
you're mad
find out.
at me, you're mad at me. It is what it is. I took a risk. I'm willing to take.
Goddamn, Sticky told me this shit was real. My
Exactly.
That's what I was. Or you gonna keep the lie?
God
You ain't even
damn.
answer the question.
I'm saying if you catch me, you catch me. Like if it's without a shadow of a doubt, I'm probably gonna lie first. He's correct. I'm probably gonna be like shit. Shit, well Sticky told me this and he told me it was real.
You know damn well a nigga named Sticky ain't so you know real shit.
You know,
Shit,
Sticky
he ain't said when he came through here with that furniture.
It's
Oh, when he
fake
came
too,
through with
nigga.
that, when he got me a PS5 and everybody else waiting on it. This my cousin's
And that's a router. The fuck?
Motherfucker route me to the right direction at PlayStation 5, goddamn. Shit, we got that illegal cable. I ain't see y'all complain. You watching Real Housewives every fucking night.
That's different.
Shit. Fuck that. Fuck you ask what Gucci purse anyway.
That ass nigga.
Fuck y'all here. He thought I'm about to spend my hard-earned money.
You gonna blame her, make her feel better?
Yep. I'm switching the table. It's time to turn the table. Alright.
Shouts out the Birkin bags.
Shit. I'd probably get the red bag because they gonna depreciate, right?
Fuck a Birkin bag. Yeah, get that.
Well, you can get a Burke bag. Not a Birkin bag. Sticky! I need that Burke. That pussy called Burke. So, Gina and Craig
Jingle.
have been having a sexual relationship for the last couple months. Craig is stable financially while Gina is struggling. One day, Gina is over it and tells Craig a real man wouldn't watch her struggle and would come through for her when she needs help, being that she's breaking him off with WAP anytime he wants. Is that cap or is that facts, fellas?
Say it one more time. Gina and who?
Gina and Craig have been having a sexual relationship for the last couple months.
Mm-hmm.
This is inspired from Poor Minds and 85 South Show.
Question. That's it though, right? Just a sexual relationship.
Just a sexual relationship. They have sex. They're cut buddies. Craig is stable financially while Gina is struggling. One day, Gina tells Craig a real man wouldn't watch her struggle and would come through for her when she needs help, being that she's breaking him off with WAP anytime he wants. Is that cap or facts?
It's cap.
Cap.
Cappity cap.
Hey, pick your hat up real quick. Cap. That's cap. It's cap, y'all.
That leads me to just a bigger conversation. It's like you can't have consensual sex without eventually trying to turn into something else.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually,
That's
My rule back in the day, 3 months. You got 90 days.
so there's a time limit to it.
I used to say that you got 90 days to have a cut buddy relationship and then you
I
can get out
had
of it.
some. I had something that was a very good.
That's you know
How
what?
long?
Shit. I mean,
But listen.
until I decided to get married.
But you know what it is?
In a
No.
relationship.
I'm gonna tell you what it is though. No. I'm gonna tell you the difference. I'm gonna tell you the difference between.
There's
what you was
exceptions to the rule.
doing. No. Cause I know at least one or two that he's talking about, right? I'm gonna tell you the
Don't get too
difference.
detailed.
I'm not. I'm gonna just tell you the difference.
Disclaimer.
The difference with Brandon is that he wasn't consistent. So they might have a good 3 weeks and then he disappear. And then he come back a couple months later.
You double dutching in the
Yeah.
And I'm talking about you.
What I'm saying is if you're consistently having sex, my rule used to be back in the day,
That's what.
90 days.
Almost like exclusively.
No,
And it probably should have been less than that.
I know what he's talking about. No, that's not. What I'm
Okay,
referring
what
to.
about what I'm talking about? Was there ever a time where you were
Yes.
exclusively having sex with somebody
Yes.
for a long period of time and niggas didn't
90
y'all
days?
going
3
out,
months?
3 months.
and they didn't
If
want
I said the name
either
of
you
the day,
or they
y'all would be like, oh.
And I know Brandon, like, he
Either you or
consistently
them
like, used to
didn't
lie
want-
to them too.
didn't want anything else from it. Y'all was
Exactly.
good.
Yeah.
Brandon used a lot of their ass too.
I'll tell y'all off here and y'all agree.
Okay. So look, back to the question. Do y'all think that, what do y'all think about it?
That's my answer to it. I think you can't have I don't think for the majority you can have a sexual relationship with somebody and after a while they don't want more.
No,
Either
I don't
bad-
think that's not answering the question.
That's not.
I feel like the question here is
She said-
shot it wrong. That's
Oh,
what
she's
makes it
wrong.
cap.
It's cap.
Because if we're just fucking, but that's
He's
all
not
we're doing is
responsible
fucking.
to pay her
No.
shit.
Now you could have went to the nigga and said, "Hey, I'm hurting. I'm not expecting you to do this, but can you help me?" That's one way. But you said like, "Oh nigga, you see I'm sure." I don't see shit but the pussy. That's the only thing I see.
I see you at 3 in the morning. I don't see you at 2 p.m. Struggling to pay.
After 12 only. After 12 only. That's what we do.
What you think, Jody?
She can't ask for shit. They just hooking up. So
Yeah.
now you can tell him, hey, you still want to keep getting this pussy, you got to pay for it from now on because I'm a bitch struggling. And you got money, so you going to pay for this pussy.
Facts.
If not, you can't expect for him a good man. Well, I ain't no good man. I'm hooking up with you on the side, nigga. The fuck?
I was having an argument about that on Twitter with somebody, and she was basically saying like, anybody that I'm fucking need to be, if they can't come through for me, it is what it is. But that's why I was like, they was upset about it, and I'm saying like, this is where a lot of people go wrong. You need to. This is where y'all should probably discuss on what
Have that
y'all
at the
doing.
beginning.
Yeah,
Exactly. Your
like, are
expectations.
we building towards something, or are we fucking? And also, you need to take a hint. If the nigga's only hitting you up to fuck, and your expectations need to be a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't ask no, like you asking a nigga for shit because you giving him ass. Like he probably can't get ass for somebody else. Like
He probably is getting asked somebody.
yeah, so that's,
Yeah, like his wife.
Oh shit.
Jesus.
She done added more to the scenario.
Sound realistic.
They ain't no little swoop off old dad or something. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I'm saying. Like people, this is where conversations don't have.
And that's
to
what you
go
can
wrong.
ask. Like, hey, I'm struggling. Can you help
Is
me
there
out?
some kind of
Yeah.
commitment? What commitment do y'all have?
There is no commitment.
If you don't have a commitment, if there's no commitment, and he's only committed to fucking you,
No. My only commitment is I'm supposed to make you nut, you make me nut, and we go home.
Right.
Facts. You know what I'm saying?
And she can change it up.
Yeah, like you
Get that
said.
head, get that bread, then leave. But
like you said, though, that's correct. Like, you need to express yourself instead of saying, like,
You're
a good man would. No.
Yep.
Alright. Trina had a relationship
The
with
rapper
Keith.
Trina?
Sure.
Oh, we're talking hypothetical.
Trina, yes. Her name is Trina. Trina had a relationship with Keith. She feels like Keith was only good for sex, and the relationship was trash. Derek is her new man, who checks off all the boxes except one big problem. She's not attracted to him. She still feels like Derek is an upgrade. Is she lying to herself, or do you agree with her that that's an upgrade? Whew. So you got one dude who he's a terrible boyfriend, but he's serving her with A1 sex. And then you got the other boyfriend where he's literally everything she could imagine, but she's not even sexually attracted to him.
Sound like she need to cheat. She was straight.
She need to cheat with him, with the other dude?
She didn't get side niggas. The first nigga you explained.
Don't do that.
That's why all these females out there. No,
Women.
I'm stopping.
Women.
No, because the comment I was about to say had to do with females.
Is she right? That's the question. Is she right?
I said-
Did she upgrade? No.
Upgrade?
No.
Did she upgrade?
Yes.
Is she lying to herself?
No, she did upgrade.
Nah, she
How?
upgraded.
Explain it.
She
to me.
upgraded because
More
she got,
boxes.
yeah. If you get a house, if you get a 2-bedroom house, but it don't have any doors, don't have any bathrooms, but this one does, but it don't have a backyard, a view like the other one. But still you upgraded because you got this other shit.
Let me ask you something.
With him, no, hell no.
What's more important?
Let me ask you something.
Don't ask her shit.
What is first on your list for a nigga? Like, what is the
For
first
me,
box?
sex.
But if you're not attracted to him, how is he getting your
I wouldn't have
hand
it,
wet?
but she upgraded, but that doesn't mean you still need to be with him. Just because you upgraded, yeah, but you need to upgrade yourself because that nigga ain't getting all of the, he got some checks, but sex is very important.
So basically, okay,
She's gonna fuck around.
I'm lost. Because if you're not attracted to a nigga,
Right?
do you have sex with niggas you're not attracted to?
No, I don't.
And that's number one, right?
Correct. That is number one for me.
So fuck all the other boxes
No,
then.
because if you are a terrible boyfriend, then that means he needs you to be a side piece. He doesn't need to be in a
fine.
relationship. This guy, for instance, I can speak.
But you're gonna be in a
I
relationship
can
with
speak
niggas.
on myself. I talked to this dude, and he was,
Ugly as hell.
No, he wasn't ugly as hell. He just wasn't blessed.
Oh shit.
So, but he has everything. I mean, 6 figures, great guy, gentleman, everything. I mean, everything. Amazing guy. But he could not do that. He could not do that. But he still was better than my exes, but that don't mean I'm gonna be with his ass neither. He's a good guy though, but he's not a good guy for me because sex is
So
very
is it an upgrade
important.
if it both end and we ain't together?
No, because with this ended and I don't like you. This ended, I like you. We're still
I just
cool,
don't
but
like
I
you
just
like
can't. You can't please me sexually, and I'm gonna cheat on you. And you're a good guy, and I don't want to cheat on you.
Better get the glizzy.
So it's still an upgrade, but that don't mean
Listen,
you need to still
I
move
feel like
on.
that's probably like
For both of them.
sure. That's an upgrade. It's like my point two. Me, you gotta be attractive for me to like wife you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the number one thing. So I don't give a fuck. That's like what you said, electoral college and popular vote. You might get all them other votes, but these is the votes that matter, right here. So I could give a shit that you checked off all the other boxes. If you're not attractive, what am I here for?
You ain't even get through the door before 12.
So if they're attractive, but they check off none of the other boxes, you gonna stay with the attractive person?
I ain't say I'm staying with either one. I just don't think it's an
Exactly.
upgrade. I don't think it's an
If
upgrade.
you had to
I don't think it's an upgrade.
But you
I just think
did
it's just
better. Somebody treated you good.
I just think that it's just opposite ends of the spectrum. I think you're to the left, you're to the right. That's it. I don't think it's an upgrade. I feel like if it's an upgrade, it's like, yo, I'm staying with this nigga.
Have you ever hung out? I ain't gonna say been with. You met a guy, through however y'all met. Let's say somebody said, "Oh, he's a really good guy. Y'all should hang out." You go meet the guy. You just like, "Yo, this nigga check off every box, but he's just not attractive."
Yeah.
That nigga not getting in between your legs.
Well,
But the nigga that's attractive,
no,
get
I date ugly dudes though.
What kind of ugly dudes?
Dudes
Like
that
street niggas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Check out them street boxes.
Yeah. That's a whole nother set of rules.
She tipped a cup to you.
You just know how to eat.
I'm just saying, as far as how someone looks is basically an opinion. It's not a fact on how anyone looks. You can think that person is beautiful and they're fine. Somebody else be like, I mean, they alright. I don't really. So attraction. So I'm attracted to guys that I would think that other girls wouldn't be attracted to, but I mean they cheat anyway, so they are attracted to. But I'm saying,
you get a nigga that you think ain't gonna cheat.
well, no, but I don't get what guys I be like, oh damn, he fine. I get what guys will be like, oh, you made me laugh. Oh, that was cool. Oh, you made me
the box.
I go, yeah. So I don't go for now, but they still have to please me sexually. Attraction.
So your main box is like, it's not attraction. It's like, yo, can you fuck me good? That's the first.
Fuck the shit out of me,
okay.
right?
Alright.
Yeah.
Y'all is cousins. I'm not trying to hear that right now. Like, a little too much.
I mean, we are on the positive play. Say what you gotta say.
So I'm just saying, yeah, that's one of the most. But attraction, I mean, shit. You get somebody a haircut, wash them up good, put a nice outfit on them, they'll be alright.
Alright.
Fix her upper.
Y'all ready for the
We got
last
that old school beer we got there.
Y'all ready for Ready for the last one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's an up and coming rapper named Lil Crack Seller. Like many rappers, he has a girlfriend and he basically got her enough.
Yo!
Hey, I can see there was no.
I just didn't hear the song.
Lil Crack
It's
Seller.
name, my nigga. You got it, man. What?
Wait. Lil Crack Seller out of Omaha, Nebraska is a rapper on the come up.
That nigga a killer.
I mean, what?
Like many rappers, he has a girlfriend and he basically got her enough clout to where she can get her own bag on social media. Together they do numbers, right? One day, they meet the biggest rapper in the game. And he tells Lil Crack Seller he'll give him a free verse for a night with his girl. His girl says she'll do it for him because she loves him. Lil Crack Seller is not sure what to do. What would you tell him?
First of all, how did she know the scenario in the first place?
Because he was there, it just happened. Like, say he said it,
So this nigga felt good. There was the big rapper in the world walked up to both of y'all and said, hey, I need this verse for her.
Drake.
I didn't want to say Drake, but I'm
Drake,
yes,
comfortable
Drake.
enough to be like, hey, he didn't say it to you, Lil Crack Seller. He said it to
Okay,
y'all.
let's just say that you trust your brother enough to where you came back and told him, like, look, this nigga.
You see what I'm saying? But you came back and said, you just disrespect my
That don't matter, nigga.
Said Drake wanted to fuck you for a verse. You know, then you pause to see her reaction. But that's just saying.
What would be your advice to Lil Crack Seller? That's what I'm trying to hear.
No. No. Because if y'all ever beef,
Facts.
it's a rap for
Damn,
you.
you took my fucking answer.
It's a rap for you.
Okay, well, you
You can't come back from that.
What you think?
A verse?
Nah.
Nah, nigga, a deal? Now we talking. We need a contract.
What's the deal?
We need paperwork.
Yeah, well, let's say that it is Drake. Drake saw McCona and he got him the fuck out of paint. Like, what the fuck does a deal mean?
Turn gay.
Yeah, like, what does the deal
What's
mean?
the already good?
My bad.
What you think about Lil Crack Seller? What would you tell him?
I was joking.
I would tell him if I would like, yeah, let her do it, and then keep on letting her do it, get your place, and then leave her, cause she for the streets.
So
Get
you
her
was
ass.
her.
Hell yeah.
So, I
once you
like
see
that.
her loyalty, once you see what she'll be like.
Okay,
But
time out. That's
fine. The reason why I asked the question I did because she might be trying to be extra loyal because she doing it for Lil Crack Seller. I'm gonna do
If
it
you
for
don't
my
do that,
man.
you extra loyal, you would have shut that shit down.
Basically, like y'all seen School Days, where he put Tisha Campbell over there in the room with Spike.
Okay,
Okay, so the way I feel about it, this would be my advice to him. I'll be like, look, bro, I don't really know what to tell you about your girl because she could very well just like be on some street shit and be like, yo, I'll fucking to get you that verse. But 9 times out of 10, do you really want to give this rapper leverage over your head? You know what I'm saying?
Because
like,
in that verse,
what I would tell you to do tomorrow is to get on the internet and tag him and be like, man, fuck this nigga. Let's say it's Drake. Fuck this nigga Drake, man. This nigga tried to offer to fuck my girl for some clout. Like I would just make a spectacle of it, and that'll get your name out.
But then you know how many niggas be like, well, damn, nigga, you ain't telling her to fuck him.
Because the worst thing you want to
you just be, I'm put like this.
Is to have really, a nigga rap on your song talking about how he fucked your bitch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nigga gonna be
and Drake is the most.
He gonna be spinning. He gonna putting all kind of subliminals out.
This nigga gonna sing about fucking
nigga on your song.
Now, as far as your girl,
might say thank you
in your studio.
As far as your girl, you probably need to just watch how she react to it to decide like, is this bitch really for me or not? I would tell you though. I would tell little crack seller though, but if you really think that if you really feel like you have talent and you're confident in your talent, you should never do no shit like that.
Hey, go get the 3rd best rapper in the world, bro. He ain't gonna ask you to do that.
Just anybody that's just ready to disrespect you like that, like just the question to me is disrespectful. Like, damn, nigga.
You know what? My rap career wouldn't even have made it because I would have hit the best nigga in the world. I would have hit Drake.
I would have no, you
would
would have
had to hit that nigga.
You would have made it, and it probably would have caught on camera. And that's when they be like, oh, that's the nigga that hit Drake. That's what I'm saying. I done told him like, yo, create a beef about it. Yo, man, fuck that nigga Drake. Man, I get on Instagram like, man, that nigga Drake offered a free verse in return to fucking my hoe.
But you know what I'm saying? You know the bad part about
Drake,
that
I'm tagging him and shit.
You know the bad part? Drake gonna pay a girl just to say they fuck.
I mean,
let me find you out real quick.
Listen, I would cheat
on you anyway, nigga.
I'd rather Drake take my hoe
verse to stop playing.
Give my hoe to Drake. That's what I would say. I got all that. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this: if you're a rapper and you're beefing with a nigga, y'all making diss records, and y'all going back and forth with each other, you need to be willing to lie. That's really what it is. Like, to be honest with you, like, let's go back to fucking Pusha T and Drake. He had all this dirt on Drake. Drake just should have lied. He should just made some shit up. That's what I would have did.
Ask your wife who she had. Like,
yeah, like I fucked Virginia Williams. I fucked her in Virginia.
I know her name.
Yeah. Make up a lie, bro. Like, why is y'all really out here playing like
you know what? That would have been smart.
Yeah.
Everybody would have believed it.
But Drake didn't want that smoke because Pusha would have took it a whole different way.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep lying.
Drake got security.
Facts.
Better than crying, talking about something. No, whatever.
Let's get to that.
Facts and cows.
I would think.
I'm just asking.
My opinion.
I would think. Yeah, I wouldn't think you were gay because what if you and her don't work out and then you go back to men?
Like, that's the only girl you've ever fucked with.
Like, it was just something about that girl.
What you got next? You got anything
Can I
else?
ask one?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Facts and cat. When are you using
This nigga ain't never made up a question. Go ahead. This better be good, nigga.
Precious off.
Facts or cap, right?
I'm joking.
No man would ever give a female as many chances as a female would give a man.
Wait, say again?
No man will give a female as many chances as a female would give a man.
Agreed. As men, when we get hurt, we be done. For the most part, like, I'm not saying that, like, yes, there's individual cases or whatever, but if we just speaking generally, most men, they be out after the first fuck up a woman do. You know what I'm saying? Like, a woman will give a man plenty of chances.
Too many.
Some is too many, some not. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think, like,
I know plenty of niggas, like, don't get me wrong. Back in the day, I got cheated on. I still stayed with the girl. You know what I'm saying? But I remember, like, once my friends found out about the situation, I would have left that bitch. They could have been lying. We was young. But I just know a man mentality because situations like that, a nigga will be, once his niggas find out, then, you know what I'm saying, he thinking about his ego and whatever it may be, a nigga might be out, boom, right from the beginning. A girl, she gonna take time, understanding, she's gonna want to talk about it, she's gonna give you a chance, like, I feel like that's clear and cut. That's like an easy.
I think it depends on how public it is. Cause I think, like you said, the public ego shit. Cause a lot of niggas get cheated on.
Even nigga get cheated on in private, he's still
I
think
don't
a
believe
nigga
it.
out. I think a nigga out either way.
I think a nigga might say that.
Let him find out she sucked a nigga dick.
That nigga will be hurt.
Oh my god, that nigga's out of there. That nigga's out of
Hey,
there.
can I answer this now, man?
I don't know, though.
So this is my point on it, right? I believe that yes, y'all are gonna give us more chances, speaking as females, but it's because of the reason, females, because of how the cheating happens. We may be out drunk, we meet somebody, boom, it just happens. It's a you know, we just do it. It's a fuck up. For a woman to go and fuck another nigga, it takes more emotions into it. So it's harder for me to forgive you.
Nah,
Because
you don't check that box.
you're more so emotionally
Yeah, you ain't check
attached.
off that box, nigga.
Hello.
Hey,
I used to think like that, but then
I
I just feel like, man, women be wanting some dick too.
I'd say
You
80%.
know what I'm saying? They just want some
85% of the time.
They might want some new dick too. You know what I mean? That's just how
I
I
think
look
it's
at
close
it.
to 50-50, man.
Nah.
Too many of these relationships, they be together.
I'll give it
I
70-30.
think it's public perception.
85.
65, 35, 60, 40. What you think?
I feel like it's a double standard and men will leave before a woman will. Not this woman. I'll leave when niggas leave, but fuck them.
Alright, let's get one more.
Facts and cap. Some more serious note. With this COVID situation going on, you know, in hospitals, they be having limits. You know, one person come in. That's it. Should that decision be up to the person? Let's say their mom's on their deathbed, but since COVID, they won't allow you to come in. They can only see you on Skype. Or you having a baby in the ICU, and they just had pregnant. They won't allow you to come in until they come out. Should that decision be left to the hospitals, or should it be based on person per person basis? Facts
The
and cap.
person in the hospital bed, if they like, if we talking about pregnancy,
I'm talking about.
let's say I know we're gonna say this. I'm saying like if we talking about pregnancy, obviously the person who's pregnant, the person who's delivering the baby, like that should be case closed.
What you mean?
They should make that decision, like if they want their mama in there or
So they shouldn't leave us to the hospitals to make that decision.
no.
Nah.
Why should the hospital even have a decision on who can be where?
To prevent spread
To be
of
in the
COVID.
hospital. You know what I'm saying?
To limit. That's the whole purpose of it. Is not to
So
limit the
I'm
spread.
saying,
of
so
COVID.
you're saying like what family member, or you can't have nobody outside of the family, because
Like it's like that now. Like there's funerals where they don't allow people to come in. There's like I have a friend who had a family, like we had a member that had a baby. The baby was ICU. They couldn't see the baby for the first few weeks.
who
Like, they
could go?
Nobody. Only the doctors. They were not allowed to see them because of COVID.
So it's just a.
Or I have another person I was having a conversation with. It was like
Well, see, that's kind of different.
they have a family member that's having problems like mental breakdown. Not even mental breakdown, but like
They're in the hospital.
they're in the hospital.
Well, that's
And
that's the situation.
They're asking for their wife. They won't allow them to come.
So they
Well,
won't
see-
let nobody come.
Well, see,
Okay,
that's
so that's different.
different. Well, that's
if you say
different though.
nobody.
If you're talking about a mental
Or
breakdown,
anything.
where the person isn't really competent enough to make those decisions.
Let's say they
But
have like
what I'm
cancer.
saying
it was
is-
cancer. It wasn't mental breakdown. It was cancer actually. It was having like
well, if they want their mama there, and like say say the hospital is allowing one person to come in the room, then they should be able to make that decision on who they want to come in the
no,
room.
they're not allowing anybody to come in the room.
That's not different.
See, that's a little different than what I'm
That's
thinking.
that's
The question
that's
is-
the facts of cap.
Okay, well that's
They're not
different.
allowing
Yes,
anybody.
because if they're
Should they
saying that
allow?
nobody can come in, then that's for your health. That's obviously for they're trying to save your life. Somebody
Yeah.
could potentially come in the hospital with COVID.
Yeah. So you don't think
yeah, no, I do think. See, I thought the way that you was asking was like, if you only got one choice, the hospital should determine who comes in.
I'm saying the hospital saying nobody allowed to come in.
I think that's.
Oh, I don't think that's fucked up, nigga.
I
This is
do.
for the benefit of you.
So
Alright,
you have a family
You're
member on the
dying.
deathbed,
If somebody
they just
came in
wanna
here
see
with
them.
a risk of COVID,
Now, if you tell me I have to get tested and be quarantined before I can come in,
the
okay.
hospital ain't got time to tell if you quarantined or not.
That's why I asked this question.
How the fuck do they know if you
People,
quarantined?
Well, if I walk in there with a negative test and they shit say today I had a negative test, I'm walking in the door.
It's not even about that. Either no,
That-
they would
that's
have to do the test, but you gotta ask yourself. Then think about how much money the hospital's spending to just give a family that one person a
I'm not
test every
saying
day.
it ain't gotta be
So if
free.
you have a child that has some type of, God forbid, type of sickness,
I feel like the hospital would let one person come in.
they said no. I'm telling you,
Well,
hey
man, it's hard, but it's all for the betterment of the situation. I get it, but we gotta understand. We gotta be understanding of the times, bro. Yes, you had a child. Your child is already in the what? Where you said the child was at?
ICU.
Your child is in the fucking ICU.
Yeah.
No.
Know what?
There's people who, before COVID, people have children that are premature and they don't get to see their children. They're on an incubator. You don't get to go down there and see your fucking child. This is just what you have to deal with. This is the regulations. We're trying to save your child's life. We know that this is an emotional moment for you, but you got to understand the times we're in this country. Why the fuck would I let you go down there and risk there's doctors giving patients COVID because they're dealing with people with COVID all the time. Why the fuck would I let you go down there to the ICU? And it's not only about your child, you can spread it to all the other children in the ICU, all the other employees in the ICU.
And because it's not the hospital's right to do that?
Shit, it's their right if we trying to save lives. It's a right if we trying to save everybody else's life. You worried about your one child, but you need to worry about this person's child next door that's in the ICU. You need to worry about the person that's trying to save this child's life. Like, you putting the whole fucking potentially floor at risk. So then what? Because you were selfish enough to where you need to go see it, and now that shit done spread.
I feel like there should be stipulation.
I think y'all was thinking emotionally.
I'm
Fuck that
saying,
test.
I don't know, bro.
Fuck the test because you can still. There are people who are getting COVID from doctors. Like I said, like you could come in here.
Okay, so my kid.
The less people possible is better for the doctors from a medical standpoint.
I just think it's hard to say you can't see your loved one before they.
It's hard, but
I'm not talking about
it's hard, but it is
a potential spread
somebody
of
has
COVID
cancer.
disease.
Somebody has cancer, and you telling me
I can't.
they already told me, hey, look, we got about 48 to 72 hours.
So just let everybody in and give
I didn't
COVID.
say everybody.
I said.
Let one person in, and they
Well,
might
if they
have
died, just let them go home. Shit, you died at the house.
fact.
Everybody get COVID at the house.
Yeah.
Don't bring
yeah.
up shit. My thing is, the hospitals are supposed to be safe, and like he said, doctors and nurses are getting it, and they're giving it to people. So they're trying to cut down. But people think, oh, I'm only around my family, like family members can't carry COVID. It doesn't.
Right.
That's not how it does. It doesn't say, oh, so you want to jeopardize because you wanted to touch and see your
Right.
newborn child.
Yeah.
Now you accidentally gave them COVID. Now what? But you had a test. And you came in, you had a test, you quarantined, you did everything. On your way in, somebody gave you COVID.
Yeah.
That's how it is. You never know. You can't say, you can say you take 50 tests and they come back negative, but as you're taking the test, what if you catching COVID?
What if the person that gave you the test has COVID? Like,
I mean, it's so like
like you're being selfish. I
But it's
understand
hard
it.
though. It's hard because you want to go back there.
You're being
But
selfish.
what if you give your
And
kid?
listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest. It is that simple. And
I don't think it is because-
ultimately, you're being selfish. You're being selfish. And it's other people that you need to think for. You're being selfish.
For one, there's not a lot of people. The reason I ask this question because it's controversial. A lot of people feel the opposite way. So two, I mean that's your opinion. The two is the spread of COVID. If it was so rampant as much as people make it seem, then why is everything else open in certain places?
Because
That
for
don't got shit
America,
to
we fucked
That
up.
ain't shit got shit to do with
It
the
does have
hospital.
shit to do with
You know,
That don't got shit to do with the hospital. That got shit to do with whoever's leading this fucking country. And whoever's leading the states. And all that. If I'm in the hospital, these are the rules and the regulations of the hospital. Where we're here to save lives. The club, I don't give a fuck if the club is open, that's on y'all. That's whoever decides on who, if bars and nightclubs are open. The hospital is here to save your life. They're not here to, fuck, I don't care if McDonald's dining room open. The fuck that got to do with the hospital? That's what, we are selfish as people. That's the problem. We are selfish as people. If right now, Jasmine had a baby, and they tell me I can't come in, yes, I'll be hurt, but I understand that. I'm not coming in there because I could potentially have COVID, and my child is, let's say my child's in the ICU. You're already, you're already like fighting for your life. Why the fuck would I come in because I need to touch your hand or take a picture of you to show to her? You know what I'm saying? Why would I do that? Knowing that my child, I got my whole life to live with you. Mm-hmm. I'll take this 2 weeks, a month, and it's gonna kill me. But you know what? I'd rather not do that and take you home than to hold your hand and you potentially die. Because I gave you COVID because of the nurse.
It's COVID that rampant that if you go in there, the people gonna die?
If your child in the
Nigga,
ICU,
About it. So
facts.
So
That's the point.
exactly.
That's the point.
We
We
can both
don't
make-
know
we
about it,
can
but
both
you
make-
steady trying to bring other people in there.
So that'll make you right. Just the point.
I'm not talking about because I think I'm right. It just makes sense. What you're saying. You just said it.
The point I'm trying to say is a lot we don't know about it. So if you go on the side of prevention, of course, you could be 100% the best risk of doing something. If you don't want to get STD, don't have sex. That's 100% prevention. But there's ways to do that and try to prevent it from getting an STD. So I'm trying to say the stuff we don't know and having a full cell blown prevention and knocking some of the stuff we find selfish. Yes,
but listen
is
to
it
what
going
you
to be
said,
worth
okay?
it? And 2 years from now,
I'm gonna talk like because you said if I'm yelling, I feel like I'm right.
I didn't say that.
You're saying you just compared a disease that has killed over 260,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a whole stat? Like, where you getting?
Yes, they talk about that all the time, bro.
I'm
We
just saying,
know
where'd
for
you
a
get the
fact.
260? That's all I.
There's around
It's around 260,000, bro.
About 200,000.
So we know for
Less
sure
than the
that
flu,
we
less
know
than-
for sure, and there's nothing. There hasn't been a vaccine. There's nothing we know. With the STD, there's different strands of STDs. There's everything, right? So it's been around long
You
enough.
think COVID kills more people than STDs?
Probably not, but it's not killing people. Probably it's not even that it's necessarily that. It's not airborne. It's not something that you know what I'm saying. Like it's not something like most sexual transmitted diseases come with sexual contact. So we're gonna give you a prevention. We're gonna give you a condom, the female condom. We're gonna give you ways to prevent that. And it's something that
6 feet
The way-
separation, mask.
you can still get COVID without 6 feet. That's just what they're saying that
That's
they're
part of what I'm
possibly
talking
saying
about,
to
the
do.
The science of it. That's
So
not a fact.
so yes. So
That's
if
not
I'm,
a fact
so
what you
so
just
look. So look. If I'm a hospital, being that this is a new disease that we don't know really nothing about, whereas the STDs we know that they might not be 100%, but there are percentages that say if we do this, you won't get it, or it's less likely that you will get it. And we've had experience in years under our belt of knowing this. Then yes, that's different. If we're talking about a disease that basically, essentially, we know nothing about, we're learning new shit every day. We learning people. Oh, it was a point we didn't know that you lost smell and taste, and it didn't come back even after you didn't have COVID. Like we're learning shit about it every day. Why would I just be letting people in the hospital and they could have something?
That's just
that we
one
don't know
side of
nothing
what we're
about?
learning. There's a whole other side of what we're learning. We also learning it's not spreading as fast as we thought it was. We also learning that they
It's spreading hard enough. If 250,000
Is it?
people done died,
like that's a big number. I'm not trying to downplay COVID. COVID is huge. What I'm
I just
saying
feel
is
like it's
that
selfish.
there's-
I'll just leave it at that.
of course it's selfish, but life is selfish. You make people.
But the hospital ain't supposed to be selfish. The hospital is supposed to be thinking about everybody. Would you, okay, if your wife is a nurse, and the thing was, just let these many people in, you would be like, no, I wouldn't want my wife out there to
It
do
would be
it.
structured. It would be social distancing. It would say wear a mask, stay 6 feet apart.
At the
The
hospital.
same way you do it anywhere else.
No.
You can't. The whole full blown prevention, letting nobody in. I don't think that's practical. And maybe it was when we first started.
Well, first, what you saying, they're not just not letting nobody in. There's a baby being born and the daddy is there too. The mom is there. Like, they're letting people in. So this is why I don't get where you're getting that from. But let's just...
From the conversation I have.
He couldn't win on my brother's situation or something.
There's people I know right now. Well, I don't know what your brother's situation is, but there's
It's
people,
not the only one.
there's people that I know that have had kids and the dad was allowed there. You know what I'm saying? Or you could pick one person that you want in there.
This question is based on the people that they didn't allow anybody in.
My brother.
Well, obviously that was
which
for
is a lot.
I feel like obviously that was for the
My
safety
brother,
of whatever that situation was. You just said a baby was in ICU.
That's one example, bro. There's hundreds of.
But you just talking about the people. I'm giving off the examples you gave me. You said
Okay,
these
one,
people-
somebody had cancer. They wouldn't allow it in. Somebody that had a seizure. They wouldn't allow them in. Like there's any.
So
example,
people were
baby.
basically in critical conditions, and the only thing we're worried about is if somebody can come and see them, rather than let's not have anybody in just to stay safe and save their lives. That way they can probably try to go home.
But they could still catch it from the doctor.
They can, but somebody has to be there. Because what are we gonna do? Just let them stay there? They just had a seizure, or the baby's in ICU. What? We're just gonna let them stay there? The doctors are the professionals. They're there. They're there to sterilize. They have things. They have the technology to at least try to at some point prevent it. They have the high prevention. You're coming off the street in your street clothes. You might have stopped at fucking JCPenney's or wherever the fuck you was at first. We don't know, but you know what? These doctors, we have the choices where they have to switch these kind of gloves every time they do this. We have to do this. They have regulations, federal regulations that they have to abide by before they can go even see somebody.
When's the last time you went to JCPenney's?
Think that was good. The license topic we just had there.
Is that it? You got one more? We done, man.
Hell no, that's a wrap.
Then we good for that.
Episode 23. We out this
This is facts and cap. Just 3 niggas with a plan, trying to make them understand. Music, sports, life, and news like an anchor man. Different views, so don't take it personal if you can. It's only an opinion, a perspective of some man coming live from the south. Kazadi, Justin, and Brandon in the house, so get ready for the real. It was never for the cloud. This is facts and caps, so you know what we about. Ayy, facts and caps, so you know what we about. We about, ayy. So you know what we about. This is facts and caps, so you know what we about. We about, yeah. So you know what we about.